That morning, she kissed me softly, like habit, like muscle memory. There was a gentleness to it, almost tenderness, but I knew better. I knew exactly where those lips had been the night before. Still, I didn't pull away. I kissed her back, pretending I believed it, pretending I hadn't already seen the reservation. 7:30 p.m., a table for two. Her name was on the booking, his initials quietly tucked into the notes. She thought she was subtle. She wasn't. She left the house at 6. Wore a fragrance she never used for me. Told me she was catching up with a college friend. I smiled and told her to have a nice time. She didn't catch the slight shake in my voice. That tremble wasn't anxiety, it was control. Because what was coming next wasn't about anger. It was about precision. But before you can understand what I did, you have to understand what she threw away. I gave her stability, peace, a life where she never had to look over her shoulder or stress over a bill. I put in long hours, so she didn't have to. Missed milestones, hers, mine, ours, because I believed the sacrifices would matter in the end. I thought devotion was the spine of love. Turns out, I was the only one holding the weight. It started slowly, barely there at first. Fewer laughs. A vanishing touch. Late-night messages she answered behind closed doors. Smiles that stopped reaching me. At first, I blamed exhaustion. But then I caught a glimpse, her face reflected in the dark of the window, lit up at a name she erased seconds later. I didn't confront her. I didn't shout. I didn't fall apart. I just waited. 3 months of quiet watching. Of letting her lie about Pilates classes. Of sitting through dinner conversations that had no soul. Then she slipped. The dinner. A casual place, one she thought I'd never step foot in. But technology is a beautiful traitor. Her email was still synced to my tablet. While she was in the shower, a reservation alert popped up. And just like that, I had it all, his name, his face, and the fact that he had a wife. Her name was Anna.
She taught kindergarten.
8 years married. 2 children. A house with a yard. I called her that night. No threats, no rage, just truth. We sat in silence that said more than words ever could. Shaky breaths, long pauses. Then I asked her something simple. Would you like to have dinner with me tomorrow?
She said yes.
So there we were. A cozy little Italian place at the corner of 7th and Reed. Our table was positioned just beside theirs, close enough to hear the lies. She wore a navy dress, the same one she wore the night I proposed. He wore smugness like cologne. I wore control. They didn't notice us at first. Anna and I ordered wine, raised our glasses to truth, and waited. When the food came, I leaned just enough to slip into his peripheral vision. He looked up and froze. She turned to see why he'd gone silent, and there I was. I didn't look angry, didn't look hurt. Just calm. Just watching. It wasn't a shout or an accusation that shook her. It was the stillness. Cold, deliberate, unmoving. She opened her mouth to speak, but no words came. That's when Anna stood. She walked to their table, met his eyes, then hers. Hope the affair was worth it, she said evenly. Because he's keeping the house. And the kids. Then she laid down a manila envelope. Photos, messages, transaction records, hotel bills.
Proof.
The color drained from her face. I didn't say a thing. Just took another sip of wine. They both scrambled to leave, flustered and scattered. She followed him out like a shadow clinging to the last of its light. Anna returned and sat down. We finished our meal without another word. Later that night, she came home to an empty closet. I had already gone. Bank accounts were locked, joint ones closed. My lawyer had prepared everything days before. It was all tidy, all lawful, all cutting. Her circle went silent. Her parents learned the truth. His wife made sure they did. I didn't need to ruin her name. She handled that part on her own. Revenge isn't rage. It's retreat. It's removing yourself so they're left with the wreckage, the silence, the absence. I could have yelled. I could have thrown something. I didn't. I chose stillness, and it rang out louder than any scream. People say closure comes through conversation. They're wrong. Closure is watching someone burn the bridge and realizing you never needed it to begin with. I loved her. Truly. But I love myself more now. She handed me betrayal. I gave her the truth. And she couldn't look away. I didn't bring her down. I just moved aside and let gravity do the rest.